Give me a round of applause for Renee Santos.
Hello, New York City. How are you? Nice to be here. I just moved from Los Angeles 24 hours ago. So, yeah. That deserves a round of applause. It's a different vibe, different breed here in New York City, right? I got off the plane and all I could smell was piss, trash, and intellectual superiority. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna need time to adjust. Shit. Oh, my God. True, like trash day. I mean, I love like the grit of this city, you know? Like no one gives a fuck. You just take your trash and you throw it in piles on the street. Like, that's amazing. In LA, there's like a black trash can and a purple trash can and a blue trash can and an orange trash can. And everything's lined up and categorized and easily referenced, and you can like put garbage, like bags in one and plastic in another and compost in another, and it's like everything's made out of hemp and tampon strings. It's a lot of fucking pressure in LA. Serious. I can't. Even the pigeons are different. Totally. I saw a pigeon the other day in New York City, like sticking his head in a Dunkin' Donuts bag. Came out with a glazed donut wrapped around its neck. It was like New York City bling. I love that. Its feathers are all fucked up. It's all fat, well-fed, you know. In LA, pigeons, they got a really sheen coat. They look really good, super, super skinny, because they can only eat like avocado and bok choy and gluten-free bread from the trash can. You know? Never bloated. It's fine. No, I'm glad to be here. But I shipped my car. People think I'm a little nuts for shipping my car here. But here's the thing, like, it's new. Well, it's not new, it's new to me, but you know, it took me a really like long time to be able to get a car because I had bad credit. They made me put like $4,000 down on a $5,200 car. I was like, what else is there left to finance? The bumper? I'm taking that shit. I'm taking it. Oh my God. I'm glad to be back here. I'm actually originally from Boston. Are there any other massholes here? Nobody? Yeah. But I've lived in LA for like 13 years. I've gotten so used to it, you know? But I had that East Coast sensibility when I first got to LA. I showed up like 35 pounds heavier with a 7-Eleven Slurpee and a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. And they were like, bitch, you can't stay like that. I'm like, what? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They're like, cocaine and a treadmill. I'm like, I got this. That's what I did, clearly. No, seriously, I ran the LA Marathon in 2008 on like cocaine in my electrolyte mix and like 118 Vicodin in my system. I had like no pain threshold. I was like fucking crazy. It was a lot. It was a lot. It's what you gotta do when you live in Los Angeles. I spent the next 7 years just doing lines of blow off my headshot. And I'm like, I'm an actor. It's fun. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. My family's pretty stoked that I'm back, you know. But my mom doesn't like that. The reason I made the move is to move in with my boyfriend, Janet. Yeah, it's the thing. I see that face. I know I don't look gay. I get it. This screams, stick a dick in my face. I get it. I get it. It's not true. But yeah, my mom's always like trying to negotiate my sexuality out of me every single year. Especially around Lent. You know, Easter just passed. A couple years ago, my mom's like, oh, you've given up sugar. You've given up gluten. You know, how about this year, Renee? You just give up your sexuality. It's like 40 days. You can do anything for 40 days. I'm like, Mom, you know what you should give up for Lent? Hope. She don't get it. She doesn't. She's like, she thinks gays are fucking up the sanctity of marriage. Really? You know what's fucking up the sanctity of marriage? The Bachelor. It's not the gays, you know what I mean? She's like, now the gay people can get married, they're gonna like make gay babies, and everybody's gonna have gay kids. I'm like, really? I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but most of us gay folks come from you straight people. You the ones making the gays, check the census. Right? And now that we can marry each other, we'll stop marrying you. So that's a bonus for everybody, right? understand. I don't understand the homophobic thing. You know, if you don't like gay marriage, don't get gay married. It's not like obligatory now. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm not intolerant to a lot of things except homophobia and lactose. That's pretty much it. It makes sense to me. And sometimes, like, the conservative right-wing side, I try to be open-minded, you guys, but sometimes they say such ignorant shit, it could potentially benefit us gays. I remember when the whole presidential election was going on, and there was this candidate, I don't want to, like, say any names to be too controversial, but his name rhymed with Schmidt-Pomney. And he said, look, I'm not trying to discriminate against our gay brothers and sisters. I believe that gay people have a handicap. I was like, well, that shit I will take. I want my blue little placard with 2 women fucking on it so I can park up front and center at the grocery store. Right? I don't have to wait in line at Disneyland anymore. I can pass all you straight people with kids. Can you imagine? I'm sorry, little boy. I know that you've been waiting in line for like 3 hours, but I lick pussy, so I get to go first, okay? Small world after all, isn't it? I'm gonna like join the Special Olympics and kick everybody's ass. That'd be great. Oh, that's my light there. I love it. Light's always different. I love getting a light at a comedy club. Don't you wish you could get that shit like in a conversation with somebody you didn't really want to talk to in real life? Oh, shit, that's my time. I gotta go. Be great. I'll wrap it up with this. But I'm actually training for a triathlon right now, and my coach is a New Yorker. So this is pretty exciting to have that kind of sensibility because you guys are gritty here. Like, she's such a badass. She told me that she used to be on the Olympic team but got kicked off for using performance-enhancing drugs. Right? She's like totally proud of it, wears it like a badge of honor. So I asked her one day, I was like, well, what performance-enhancing drug did you use? She was like, weed. I don't know how many of you in here have ever smoked weed, but there is nothing performance-enhancing about weed. Right? Unless you put a fucking Hershey's bar at the end of a swimming pool, that is not going to enhance my performance. I'm just saying. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm Renee Santos.